Hey guys, I'm super excited today, and today we're looking at the AMG G-Wagon 2020, and let me tell you why it's totally worth it. The G63 for many is a dream vehicle or an SUV that you would just simply want to own. It's elegant, it's exclusive, it's luxury. Now what if I add a little bit of sports tadka in it? What you see here is a matte finish AMG 2020 G-Wagon, and oh boy, it's one hell of a machine. Here is the exhaust note. This is a special edition AMG 2020 G-Wagon that gets matte finishes and red highlights across the bodywork. When it comes to the exteriors, you have this whole new front grille with the Mercedes emblem just matching the color tones perfectly. Moving a little lower, you have the vents integrated into the bumper to give that aggressive sporty look. I mean, have a look at this. Isn't this a beast? The rounded DRLs, apart from the split adaptive LED lights, give you a very bold look as compared to the earlier model. Moving on to the side, you have the V8 badge, and look at the chrome finishing that's running across the stepper. It's amazing. The brake calipers have been painted red, and a thin red line running across the wheel, which mounts perfectly with the alloy wheels and sitting at 20 inches. The side indicator still sits on top, right next to the engine hood. There's a total of 4 exhausts, and you have 2 on each side. The car is quite tall but can be adjusted, and thanks to the adaptive suspension dampening. See the red lines running across the side mirrors here too. Moving to the rear, you have the new LED tail lamps and the most important AMG badge, letting you know what this is all about. I'm always super excited to open up the engine hood of any car to just look how the engine looks like. And look at this. I mean, if there was any award for one of the best looking engines just purely on looks, I would definitely give it to this ride. This is a high performance V8 bit-turbo engine that produces a whopping power of 5.77 HP at 6000 RPM and a torque of 627 cubic feet at 3500 RPM. It also has a fuel capacity of 26 gallons, and it does a 0 to 60 in just under 4 seconds. And guess what? There are packages that can help you upgrade its performance too. Before you enter, you are reminded of the AMG element in this G63. Well, it may have the retro look on the outside, but step inside and you have one of the most modern cabins on offer. The first thing you're going to notice in comparison as a major upgrade from its previous model is this large screen display that splits for your infotainment and dash. Changes in the look of the dash is more digital and more informative. Well, what else? With this screen, you also get a 360-degree camera, and the G63 is also powered with the Android Auto and Apple Play as standard. You can change the view based on the drive modes, and it simply looks gorgeous. All the power is in the steering. You can take control of your infotainment, call, navigation, or for Mercedes, you can also use the manual controls here. When it comes to seats, you probably have one of the best well-cushioned seats in the sports category vehicle. The black and red combination is cascaded into the interiors to reassure you that this ride has a race DNA all through. The seat itself is like an artwork with the red stitches running across with the AMG badge. Overall cabin space is excellent throughout. And what I personally like is the purple backlit lights that just make this one of the best looking interiors I've ever been into. The steering looks absolutely gorgeous with the AMG badge and the bottom finish.
Oh yes, look at the paddle shifters. Simply amazing, isn't it?
Anything sounds good with the Burmaster audio system. Everything in this car is top class as we expect with any other Mercedes car. You see a lot of leather work around apart from the seats. You see it on the doors, the dash, and this car genuinely just smells good.
Tall drivers and passengers will definitely find plenty of head and leg room for both the front and the rear passenger.
The driver has all the accessories to increase his comfort through the memory function. Hopping onto the rear, it's still excellent, and probably this is one of the biggest windows you can get from the rear seat. Again, there's no tunnel, so this is good for 3 passengers. I mean, in terms of spacing, this is excellent. You do get AC controls back here, which is a must for any car in this region. Drop the armrest and you get 2 additional cup holders too. The leather seating again continues to the back, and I must say this is simply amazing and unbelievable. I love this car. The boot space pretty much remains the same in terms of dimension and space capacity. Again, you will really have to lift up those bags to get it up here as it sits quite tall, so just be careful. What I really like is the leather finish here. I mean, not really needed, but it just looks gorgeous. What are the things that you inherit from the previous G-Wagon? Well, some things still say. I mean, you would still need to slam the door to get it shut. The doors at the rear open sideways, so it requires more space to open, especially in tight situations. So this is what I really love about this SUV. Well, if you're planning on upgrading from the old G-Wagon, it's totally worth it.
The 12-inch digital instrumental panel, a performance engine, high quality materials, the G63 is just one of the cars that I would love to own.
The new interiors, the new text will definitely excite you. It's definitely smoother. Even maneuvering the G63 around was way better. I personally found the older G-Wagon to be a little sluggish. And if you're going to be a new owner, remember the G-Wagon is a legend. It's just not a regular SUV, but it's a class of its own.